Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 512 of the DrunkNerds podcast. I can't take us seriously like this. I'm your host. I'm Tyler, and joining me is the man, the myth, the legend himself, the really cool guy, Sure Colonel Gables. What's up, buddy?
Oh man, I'll tell you what. I feel so freaking tired right at this moment in time. That not only was it a hell of a week in terms of the
Mm-hmm.
workplace, not only was it a hell of a week in terms of like say freaking gaming news stuff, both good and also horrendously bad. But on top of that, all sorts of a hell of a week for being a professional wrestling fan and all this other shit
Yeah,
that's going on too.
very true.
But despite all that, I'm doing all right. I got a gift from Tyler in the mail
Mm-hmm.
today, and I'm actually currently wearing
You're
it for
welcome.
those. Yeah. I'm gonna be standing up. Well, for those listening in, you're not gonna see anything, but for those watching, you're gonna see me wearing a gigantic shirt of freaking Pitter Pot.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, it's a gift that keeps on giving. Really, people
Oh,
don't
isn't it?
know. People don't know. Sorry, Gables, but years ago, we did the Pitter Pot is a game that I actually donated money to this guy to make from Treefall Studios. Um, and I got a free code for donating to him. I'm actually in the credits of that game, and I've donated to him for another game called The Maze. So I'm in the credits, and my best friend Justin, who used to record with us, he's in the credits for both of those games as well. We did an Extra Life bet years ago. I think it was like 2018 maybe, and the whoever got the least amount of money, had to play through Pitter Pot, and Gables not only lost, he streamed himself playing the game, and he platinumed the game. And it's a joke that just keeps on giving because I had a few drinks in me last week, and I saw that there is a Treefall Studios marketplace. I believe it was at Teesprings. Gables, was that what it was on?
I think it was like Teespring or
I think
something
it was
like that.
Teesprings. Yeah, I found it on there, and they had a sale, a site-wide sale. It was worth the $23 and whatever cents for Gables' app. I'm sure the smile it brings to his faces and all the other faces that see it is well worth it for him as well. But the funniest part though about this whole thing, for audio listeners, I'm so sorry, but look in the show notes. You will see the YouTube link on there. Please go there, like, follow, subscribe. While you're there, click on this video. Well, I guess if you're listening to us, you're clicking on this video already. But hit that like button. But also, if you see that shirt, the funniest part about this whole equation is when we first started this Skype call, Gables and I was bullshitting for like an hour before we hopped on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I noticed he was sitting in a chair backwards, and I'm like, "What are you, like some like cool kid now?" And I told him to go put on a backwards hat for me, and he didn't do it at the time. But right before we started recording, I walked away to go to the bathroom. I came back, he's sitting there in a fucking backwards hat. So that's why I'm wearing a backwards hat, because I don't want to be one up. Because we're making the douchiest podcast of all time. So that's what's happening. Gables, you just look like the Steve Buscemi meme when he was like with the holding the skateboard and the backwards hat. He's like, "What's up, fellow young kids?" That's like what I'm looking at. That's what we are right now. And Gables is that guy that they hire, the paid actor that they hire to go to like schools when you're in elementary school. He's like, he pulls up the chair, sits in it backwards. He's like, "This is why you don't drink and drive, kids." And that's what I imagine Gables is doing.
I think I've had those moments in elementary school too.
Oh, who hasn't had those
That's
moments?
some shit too.
That's what I'm imagining right now. He's like, Gables is just, oh, my OBS is going weird again. Why is it doing it now? But yeah, that's exactly what I am imagining Gables doing. Um, and that's very funny to me, and it brings me very much joy. But yeah, Gables. I mean, overall though, how was your week?
You know what? Like I said, man, it's been crazy. There was definitely some fun elements. I had to get rid of my old computer chair, so that's partially the reason why I'm sitting in a chair backwards right here with this big old like green rail of like a
Mm,
freaking back to the seat. It's a sturdy
big
metal
old
chair.
green rail. Yeah.
But yeah, the better portion of the week has been like me keeping track of the gaming news, but also playing a bit of TMNT, that collection and stuff. I got to admit,
Nice.
man, it's definitely a fun nostalgia trip, but I'll talk a bit more of that when we're doing what we've been playing. But let me just say this, man, there's all these different games, there's all these different things, and I definitely got something to say in regards to some of these games because it's Let's just say it has got a lot of reaction out of me.
Okay. Very cool. Very good.
How have you been doing,
What else?
Tyler?
I'm doing all right. Right now, the OBS is making me mad here. For audio listeners, I'm sorry. You will have no idea what I'm talking about. But it is fucking me today. Here we go. We're getting somewhere here. It just keeps moving you around, Gables. It does not like your green chair and its big green rails.
Well, I guess we can fix that.
Well, no. Come on now. Oh, no. It's fine. We'll leave it as. I'll work around it. It's fine. Uh, God, this is. We do this for free, people. We do this because we love it, not because we get paid to do this. So I don't want to hear any goddamn complaints about quality and Gables' chair. It has a beautiful chair. It has a fantastic T-shirt. You look fantastic, Gables.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. What the fuck? Is that a lizard on the hat?
It's not a lizard, dude. It's an elephant.
Yeah, no, Gables, that's a lizard. That looks like Gex. He's taking the hat off. Okay.
It's an Oakland A's hat.
Oh, it's an Oakland A's hat. Okay. All right. Well, fuck. Well, whatever. It's a lizard to me. God damn it. But anyways, this is a video game podcast. I swear to you. And please don't. If you haven't left, thank you. But anyway, if you're liking this, if you are, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. But if you are, like I said, look down in the show notes. Look at all those links down there. Click on them. Click around. Follow them. Click on some subscribes. Hit some likes. Share some stuff with your friends. Tell your friends. If they don't like it, fuck them. You know, get new friends. Share it to them. You know, they don't like it, fuck them too. Get some new friends. Share it to them. Tell them. Put it on a bulletin board. Print out this podcast. Make an NFT if this. Don't do it. Don't make an NFT. Don't make an NFT. I'm sorry. Don't do that. I went too far. I went too far, Gables. I went too far. I'm sorry. You're wrong. It's the Oktoberfest. It does things to me. Makes it a little rowdy. And also, I decided to wear a hoodie, and I'm not sure why. Because it's getting a little warm now. But yeah. Anyways, don't give me that goddamn look, Gables. Don't give me that look. I know I'm an idiot. I don't need you to look at me like I'm an idiot because I fucking know I'm one. God, Jesus, biggest asshole in the world, Gables. Let me tell you guys. Speaking of biggest assholes in the world, let's talk about these fucking showcases that happened this week, Gables.
All right.
I don't know if you watched them, Gables.
I did have a chance to watch your coverage of the D23 one. I also had a chance to watch some of the Ubisoft Forward. And, oh God, both of them were not that great. Not that good.
I'm going to go off on some of these. But if I'll put the links into the show notes. But for the I put time codes in for the Ubisoft Forward one. Just skip to the last 5 minutes for if you want to hear me rant for about 5 minutes. Or actually, you could just keep listening to this because I'm just going to go off on a rant again when we get to the Ubisoft one. But go there, click on it anyways, give us the view, click the like button, tell your friends, share it. Like I said, if they don't like that, fuck those friends. Get new friends. They're not good friends. They're bad people. Get new friends. But anyways, Gables, we had the D23 Disney Marvel video game showcase, first one ever. And I went in, and I even said this at the beginning of, I said this a couple weeks ago, and I said this going in at the beginning of my live reaction, where I said I don't have expectations for this one. I'm not going crazy with it. I'm not like bottom of the barrel, but I'm not like crazy high because we don't have a standard for these things.
Right.
Well, Gables, if we have another one of these, I'm going to fucking lower my goddamn standards to the bottom of the fucking barrel. So it started off here with a world premiere of Mike Bithell is making a game called Tron Identity. It's a Tron game. People don't know he makes like kind of story-based games. There's no like real like gameplay to it. It's kind of like a lot of talking and you make decisions based off it. It's like imagine Walking Dead, but it's just the dialogue options.
Wasn't he the same man that created Thomas Was Alone?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the same guy. Yes. He's made a couple other games. He makes very good games for what they are. They're not my games, but a lot of people, he's very well respected in the industry.
Right.
And people seem like his games. So, hey, good for him. This might be his biggest game yet. Getting being showcased like this, and also getting the Tron name. Next up though, we had a bright spot, Gables. It was looking pretty good. The Bithell announcement starting off pretty good.
Yeah, that was a nice surprise.
I think that will be a good game, at the very least. Won't be a huge game. Won't be a game of the year, or won't be a game that we even probably play. But hey, there'll be an eyes out there's gonna like it. And it started off pretty good here again, Gables. We got Disney Illusion Island. It is a 2D multiplayer platformer that you can play with up to 3 other friends in a 4-player multiplayer co-op. You get to play as Mickey, Minnie,
Donnie.
Donald, and Goofy.
Donnie
Donnie,
Duck.
uh, yeah, Donnie Duck, Donald and Goofy. So cool. It's a 4-player multiplayer game with 2D platform you can play with your friends. Unfortunately, though, it's exclusive to the Switch. So fuck you on that one. And it's coming in 2023. It was the comedy was pretty good. It looked. I said this at the time. It looks just like a Rayman game.
It definitely did look like a co-op Rayman game. The Rayman Origins, Rayman Legends, and stuff, it definitely gave off that feel. I did like the aspect to where they look like they've copied some of the good parts of those games. I mean, we've only got a
Yeah.
chance to see maybe, what, 10 seconds of actual gameplay, maybe not even that, but at the
Yeah,
same
probably about 10
point,
seconds. Yeah.
it's like, I don't like the fact that it's exclusive on Switch because the multiplayer portions of that would benefit the other consoles as well as PC. But I do like the fact that the art style looks fine. I think that the gameplay itself looks sort of smooth, and from what I understand, though, like the story portions of it and stuff, it's based upon some of those Disney shorts and stuff that they've showcased and stuff, which are,
Yeah.
give or take who you've talked to and stuff, are actually relatively decent and not like, say, bad in all sorts. But I know I've never had a chance to watch any of those cartoons or any of that sort. But I did like Goofy at the end of the trailer, like TBD, TBD, TBD.
TBD. TBD. Yeah, I thought that was it. Was it got that joke got me, and I'm like, Gables, this is starting off pretty goddamn good. I'm this we're going with some places here.
This was probably the best. These were those two announcements one after another. That was the way they fucking peaked this thing, in my
There were
honest
definitely
opinion.
2 and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we went off a sharp cliff because we started talking about Marvel Midnight Suns. It's gotten delayed multiple times now. It got delayed again from like October, and then it's now coming out December 2nd. We didn't have that date
Right.
before. We got um, they call it a gameplay trailer, but it was like 2 minutes, and then it would intersplice it with like a second and a half of gameplay, which is just like a slow like grid rolling over. I mean, it's an XCOM style game with card battling. I don't fucking know. It's something I said when it was a Summer Game Fest. They announced Spider-Man was gonna be part of it. They
Yeah.
should they did an all CG trailer. I'm like, how do you go from full out blowing this game out last year to then you showed it multiple times since then, but it's been no gameplay. And I know people were upset about the card battling stuff, and apparently that's why the big part of like these delays is they're trying to like rework the game. Like obviously they can't rip out the card battling because that's a core
No.
part of the game, but they're reworking the game. But now it's like cool. It's like you're reworking the stuff that people didn't really seem to care for, but you're not showing us what you made different about it.
No, not
And
at
obviously it's
all.
hard to show the gameplay. I understand it's hard to show that gameplay, but it's like people are going in kind of negative about this,
Yeah.
and you're not giving us a reason to change our mind.
Well, absolutely not. I mean, Midnight Suns was touted as like one of their major releases over the past year and stuff. We've seen cinematic after cinematic after cinematic, and now we actually get a chance to see some bit of gameplay, and it is literally hilarious to me. Why is it? Is because you have these big old flashy elaborate things, and all of a sudden they get a cut to like a small bit of the gameplay, and it looks average as shit. I mean, I'm not gonna pull any punches on it. I mean, I like my fair share of card games in this regards, but this feels average at best, if not a bit underwhelming from what they were trying to tout this and how they're building this game to try to be. I mean, it's not just the characters itself, but also the whole like good versus evil stuff, the whole these different characters and stuff that are under the control of the enemies, like Hulk and Venom and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
But this for a big triple A game that they're trying to, like Disney is trying to put forward, it feels half baked. It feels not well thought out. It feels like a quick cash grab, and that's it.
Yeah, I think it seems like they're trying, but like I said, like these style games are hard to sell, and the easy thing to do, and I get it. It's like you have these iconic characters.
Hmm.
Let's just show them doing cool CG shit,
Right,
and
right,
that's
right.
probably honestly, it's probably the smart move to do
Well,
because
absolutely.
people that want to just play a Marvel game are gonna see the characters they love just doing cool looking shit, but what they're not gonna realize when they go and play the game is it's a card game. Which I mean, the game could be good. I don't know.
Right. Right.
For people like us, we might like it. I don't know, but maybe I don't know. I think it's just gonna. It's coming out in December. It feels like it's just gonna come out and die, type of thing. It's gonna sell well because
Yeah.
it's a Marvel game, but it's like on the scale of what it could have been. It's gonna die.
It's possible that that could end up happening. I mean, we've seen previous game releases do the exact same thing. It could also be potentially a good game in its own right, to where maybe there's some sort of gimmick or some other types of things that we're not fully aware of that may actually lead people to wanting to play this long term. I mean,
Yeah.
we only know about the we only know really about the cinematics and what bit of gameplay that was shown, but yeah, it's just gonna be one of those things where I kind of feel in agreement with you, to where it's gonna come out, it's gonna get passed over, and then that's gonna be it for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like Callisto Protocol is also coming out in December, but that's coming out in December because they're trying to come out before Dead Space. Because if it comes out after Dead Space, they're kind of fucked.
Yep,
So I get that one.
absolutely.
Putting a Marvel game out in December, I don't know. You're missing the holiday. You're missing that Thanksgiving rush. I don't know. Next up, though, is just a kind of a fuck you, Tyler segment here where we just got Marvel Strike Force. It's a mobile game. It's a fucking CG trailer for a mobile game. What is the game, Gables?
I cannot even tell you what the game is.
I don't know either. Does anybody know?
For all we know, it could be a freaking puzzle game. It could be another
Yeah.
Stone-like game, like the other game that they.
It could be a Candy Crush game.
It could
I
be.
don't fucking know.
It could be the next thing, like Snapback.
Yeah, Marvel Snap. Yes, that's happening. It's coming out October 18th. It is a card battling game. It's like, hey, would you like to see Shang-Chi fight Thanos? Fuck yeah, I would. But for real, not with cards. Fuck off. I'm in a mood.
But then again,
sorry.
it's like we're not really too much interested inside of mobile games like that.
I'm not into the gotcha shit.
No, the gotcha
Yeah.
stuff. The gotcha stuff is complete crap anyway, in my honest opinion. But at the same point, it's like I know that there are gamers out there that really do enjoy their specific gotcha games, like specific animes related to that, specific like types of gaming franchises. I mean, for God's sakes, Nintendo has made fucking millions in regards to Fire Emblem Heroes with that gotcha game.
Oh yeah.
That's their most
And they're
successful.
pulling out the gotcha mechanics out of Mario Kart Tour. So
Yeah.
uh, yeah. So I don't know. Next up though, Alien Dark Descent. So this game was revealed at Summer Game Fest, and I'm like, okay, cool. A twin stick shooter. I like twin stick shooters.
Yeah.
Those games are fun. I can get into them. That's awesome. Gables.
Yeah.
What if I told you it's a fucking tactics game?
Out of all the possibilities that this game could have been, I mean, twin stick shooter, okay, that's fine. First person shooter, hey, that would have been great. Third person shooter, oh, okay, and all the other stuff. There was no way I was going to think that this next Aliens game was going to be a tactical turn-based game. That it's just the fact that it's a different genre, and also the look of it does not look all that appealing. It looks like a generic military shooter, like a generic military turn-based game.
Yeah. No, like that doesn't stand out to me at all. Next up, hey, we're going to show you some more info, some more stuff here from Avatar,
Okay.
which is the Ubisoft game. All right, cool. They showed us more. They showed us some CG shit, Gables. Yeah, CG trailers. No more gameplay. That game was supposed to come out this year.
Yeah, it
This
was.
is coming out in November.
It was.
Now it's coming out early next year. We still haven't seen gameplay for it. Moving on. Go ahead, Gables. Do you want to go? I'm in a mood.
I'll just say, wasn't that also a mobile game?
We'll get to that later, Gables. I'm building up towards it. Okay.
All right.
I'm building up towards it. It's down there. It's down there. All right.
All right. Well, there was one announcement I did kind of like, is because of how random and off the fucking wall it was, and that was the announcement of Gargoyles Remastered. Because I thought it was really hilarious that they were just talking and like all this other mobile shit, and like right square in the middle, they give like maybe a couple seconds, like a blink you would miss an announcement. It's like, oh yeah, we're bringing back Gargoyles and stuff, like the Gargoyles Remastered,
Yeah!
blah blah blah. The Sega Genesis game, that no one's thought about for like 25 to 30 years or something like that. It's like, yeah, we're gonna go forth. We're not gonna announce what console it's on or anything. We're just gonna say, yeah, we're
We're
just
not
gonna
even going to
do it on
show you what it
Game
looks
Pass.
like. We're going to show you a clip of the original version of the
We're
game.
gonna show
I
you
mean,
3 seconds of the original game and like Goliath fucking
yeah,
kicking off some random dude off a tower. Go, "Roo."
yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, that was funny, but come on, yeah, give me more than that. I don't. This we're not like you can give me a logo to like a big game, and that be it, like something. But like it's a remaster of a Super Nintendo game.
Well, that's the thing though. It's like I like the idea that they're going back to the well in order to use a game or like remake a game from a franchise that's long been dormant for years, like Gargoyles. I mean, for those listening in, this was Disney's answer back in the 90s to Batman the Animated Series. And yeah, there were some like mixture of like good and bad quality seasons and stuff, but Gargoyles was a fantastic series when it first debuted. It did push the line in regards to like controversies back then in the 90s. I mean, I remember there was one episode to where one of the gargoyles had a gun and accidentally shot one of the officers or some that helped them and this and that. And that never at that episode specifically aired only once. Never actually got aired again though, but you can find it on the original like season set and stuff. I know I have that. I know I have like the Gargoyles like seasons and stuff, but the fact
Mm.
remains is like this is a dormant franchise to where I'm really happy about seeing back in any type of form as long as it's not rebooted and done to shit. I mean, I would just much rather just have it be like this. Like, okay, I'm looking forward to that. Not sure what improvements you're gonna do, but hey, I'm all for Keith David
Yeah.
as
Um,
Goliath.
yeah. I don't know. I watched as a kid. I don't really have like a giant affinity for it though. So but Gables. Next up though, we did have Mirrorverse. It is another fucking mobile game.
Yep.
Another fucking mobile game. Gables.
Yeah, unfortunately so. I mean, the whole pattern throughout this whole D23 is quintessentially the ways that Disney want to go and release any type of game and get some form of microtransaction or some sort of like money immediate. And quintessentially, that's what a lot of these mobile games are. But still, one mobile game goes into another mobile game for this freaking presentation, and I quintessentially can't even remember what the fuck Mirrorverse is.
Yeah, no, it was just like you play as the villains. There was a CG trailer. Apparently, it's in beta. You can play the beta.
Okay.
It's like an RPG game, I guess. I don't fucking
Oh
know.
yeah, that's right.
Next up, we had Disney Speedstorm. It is a kart
Yeah.
racer. It was a mostly CG trailer. You have like Mulan, Jack Sparrow,
Hmm.
Mickey, Sully in the game, and then they did this thing like, hey, it's coming soon, but also coming soon is a Monsters Inc. Uh, collaboration with the game. So I'm like, wait, so the game's coming soon, but also this is coming soon? I'm really confused. Everything's coming soon apparently in this fucking thing. I don't know. Like I said during the live reaction, what's old is new. What is old is new again.
Hmm.
Is we're just copying. We're just making Smash and Mario Kart clones now.
I mean, it's a safe bet if
So
it works for them and actually plays well. I mean, more power to them. But yeah, yeah, you know what? I mean, this makes sense for them in regards to wanting to capitalize on something that's incredibly popular because that's what Disney does. But
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Next up, Disney Dreamlight Valley. It's a Stardew Valley game. It's in free to play right now. If you have Game Pass, though, you can get like
Hmm.
the Founders pack. Is
Right.
in that. Otherwise, it's free to download. But if you want all the characters and shit like that, you can just get on Game Pass.
The
Um,
only thing I remember from that initial showcase for that trailer, it's two things. Woody acting so overly excited and stuff like that to a comical degree, and
hi.
Buzz Lightyear freaking flirting with Ursula.
I mean, wouldn't you?
No, too many tentacles. Anyway,
Gables, come on. I've seen your browser history.
oh hell
Um,
no.
moving on here, though, Gables, you talked about this earlier. Your game of the show, Avatar: Reckoning, is an MMORPG shooter coming to mobile. Gil, good news about this mobile game.
Yes.
They showed gameplay. It
Oh, yeah.
looks like they just made the like PUBG or like that. There's that Final Fantasy VII First Soldier mobile game that's
Yep.
like a battle royale. This looked exactly like that.
It definitely did. It's shameless in regards to what it's supposed to be, and yeah, that's pretty much the full extent I could say about it because it's like it looks average at best. It has the same type of like not I wouldn't say the same. I haven't played the game, but at the same point, it's like it looks similar to previous like battle royale style games. The whole MMORPG first person shooter. I'm sorry, that's
Yeah, I
just
don't.
so much shit.
What's hilarious though is like the whole point of the game is like the the blue people. I don't know the movie very well, but the blue people, um, they don't like use weapons, like or they don't have like guns and shit, and like they're overpowered by
No,
this overpowering army. But now in this game, they have guns and armor and shit.
that doesn't
So
make
it's
any
like
freaking sense at all.
it's like wait, what is? Do you guys not know what Avatar is? I never seen the movie, and I know what Avatar is, so I don't know. Um, but Gables, we did have some good news. We did
Yes.
have some good news.
Okay.
Skydance Games, Amy Henning. I hope to God she can finally put this game out because she's not. I mean, she's had the worst luck. Uh, I guess it leaked earlier in the day. I heard there were some leaks out
Right.
there.
Right.
I was
Right.
able to avoid the leaks though, luckily, all day. So we are getting a Captain America with Tachanka in Paris. It looks like in World War II. Um, and Bucky's gonna be there, and I cannot remember the name of like basically like his like best like his kind of like the Bucky to Captain America like sidekick, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember her name, but looks like her like figure was
Silhouette.
there.
Yeah.
Silhouette. Thank you. I couldn't think of it. Was there, and what was it? It was like four heroes, two places, one war, or something like that. I don't know. I guess though, I was concerned that it was gonna be like a live service game, like a multiplayer game. Apparently, it is a single player game, but you jump around between the four playable
Now
characters.
you see
So that's fucking awesome.
that sounds more interesting to me than when it initially was unveiled about the game itself. The trailer looks fine, you know. I mean, I was not expecting a Captain America game being showcased at this event. I thought it would be more played into Spider-Man or whatsoever. But barring that, you know, what was presented right here, where it's like Amy Hennig, Skydance and stuff. You have Captain America, this World War II era. You have Black Panther and stuff. Like both of them pretty much teaming up alongside of like other characters from both franchises, like both series. And to hear it's actually a interchangeable character like single player experience definitely gives it more of an appeal to me because the first thing I saw when I was seeing four characters, this and that, I'm like, oh god, it's another fucking like random co-op online like multiplayer sort of
Yeah,
game, isn't it? It's gonna
it's
be like another
exactly what I was
Marvel's
scared of.
Avengers, isn't it? I'm like, I but hearing that, you know, now I'm more intrigued. Now I want to see more gameplay from the studio.
Yeah.
So that definitely went from me not having some interest to actually being probably one of the more exciting portions about this entire conference. I think I would put that over the Mickey. Obviously, the Mickey
Oh
one,
yeah.
obviously over like the whole Tron and this and that. But
Yeah.
I
This
did
is
like
definitely number one.
this. Yeah.
Yeah. Like my pet peeve is always like CG trailers, but like there's a lot of pedigree to this because it's you got Black Panther, you got Captain America,
Yes.
you got Bucky. I can't remember the sidekick, like I said, of Black Panther. Sorry for that. But and you have Amy Henning. Like that's a lot of good vibes, Gables.
Yes.
To me. And like I hope I hope it looks like they're just letting her make the game that she wants to make because that was the thing that like I think me and everybody else when you heard the rumors out, the leaks that came out that like EA hired Amy Henning and had her run a studio to make a Star Wars game,
Hmm.
and then she made an Uncharted Star Wars game, which the woman that made Uncharted, oh my, she's making a Star Wars Uncharted game. That sounds fucking fantastic.
It
And they're like,
does. And it
well,
did.
why? This game just looks like Uncharted. You fucking hire the lady that made Uncharted, and then you get mad at her for making an Uncharted game. So
Yep.
it sounds like um, Disney and Marvel, whatever, like they're letting her do what she wants, and that's awesome. And I hope that this game comes out the way she wants, because I have complete 100% faith in her that when this game comes out, it's probably gonna be years away. It will be years away, but we don't know. Maybe this generation, I don't know. Um, but yeah, I am fully on board for whatever she does. So yeah, but Gables, it got really awkward because Blessing, who hosts the show, I'm a kind of funny fan, so I love Blessing.
I liked his
Nothing, all
presentation
this,
throughout that entire
yeah,
conference, though. I mean, Blessing definitely has a great narrative voice, and he also has a lot of like great like energy in regards to that stuff. But
yeah.
him being in charge of that, him going to the whole D23 stuff, dude, that
There was
was
no, you
rough.
can't do anything with the material you're given.
No.
Uh, but it was just like very awkward when he was just like, "Hey, you guys love that? Well, we got one more thing for you. Here
Oh
it is."
no.
And it was the Niantic is making a World of Heroes Marvel game. So where the base of the Niantic is people that make Pokemon Go. So they're making a Pokemon Go Marvel game.
Quintessentially
That was the one
from the
more thing.
trailer, the one more thing definitely felt like a Pokemon Go style mobile game. Just with Marvel heroes, but instead of catching Marvel heroes, you're going through and battling other people. So it's
Yeah,
basically essentially the Pokemon battles type of mechanics.
yeah, and it's just they've made a bunch of these games already. Like there's the Ghostbusters one that's already been turned off. There's the Harry Potter one that's already failed. Like the people, they keep making these games, and then they keep failing, but then they keep making them. It's like, oh, well, it didn't work for it doesn't work for anybody else, but maybe it'll work for us. And it doesn't. So I don't know. I thought overall the press conference, there was a couple bright spots. The nice thing though, it was 23 minutes, so it was in and out. It was whatever. We spent longer talking about it than the show was.
Yep.
So like, it wasn't like it was not the most offensive press conference in the world, because the most offensive one in the world is coming up next. But it was there was nothing. My problem was just like there's just so much mobile. Which mobile I understand it's gonna be around. They're gonna promote that shit and everything, but you just didn't. There wasn't enough other stuff in there to like spruce it up. And then what we did get, like okay, you talk about the Avatar game. That's a big game to talk about, but then you didn't show us really anything on it. You didn't tell us anything more about it, other than it's a spin. It's not like the main story. It's a side story of the game, but we have no other information on that. I'm not even an Avatar fan, but I'm just in general for Avatar people, like they're probably something they want to know about, and we just got nothing more on it. So yeah, it was whatever to me. What about you, Gables? Anything final to say on that one?
It felt like a solid 5 out of 10 to me because
Yeah,
there were things that were interesting about the D23 gaming event, but there was a lot of stuff that I either did not care about or I felt that was underwhelming or at the least felt like that why the hell are they showcasing this right there?
yeah,
It's just a lot of questionable decisions hinted like sprinkled with some good portions of good news or like something that looks somewhat interesting, but at the same point, it was just flat. It felt flat
yeah.
to me.
I mean, we're as fans, we're just gullible idiots, and consumers that will just gobble up the good shit. And you could show us the shit we don't care about, and we don't care about, as long as you like sprinkle in the shit we do care about in between, and you have some good stuff there. And like if you threw all that CG stuff in there and the mobile games in there, but then you had some like really cool hype moments in there. Other than like a couple, you started off pretty good, and then
Yeah.
you had the one thing you have not the final thing, but the one before the final thing with Amy Hennig's game. That's awesome, but there was just, I mean, the 20 minutes in between just kind of went on forever. So, but speaking of going on forever, Gables, I'm pretty sure this press conference is still going on. Let's talk about the Ubisoft Forward. Um, I watched this, Gables, and I did not eat lunch beforehand because I figured, oh, it's gonna be a 30-40 minute long event.
Oh no.
I don't have to worry, Gables. I'll be fine. The Iowa State game starts at 3. This press conference started at 2. That can be plenty of time to watch this and get some food, and then come back in time to watch the game. No, Gables. This press conference was over an hour and 20 fucking minutes long. You don't have to watch my live reactions because it's just me stewing in rage for 80 fucking minutes and then ranting for 5. But if you would do it, if you do watch it, like, follow, subscribe, please. I appreciate that.
I did like the
But
fact that you had to point out in the middle of the things, like, they told us a few minutes until looking at the Assassin's Creed stuff. It's been 48 fucking minutes.
Gables, you took the words right out of my mouth, Gables, because they said they started with, "Hey, we're going to show you some stuff, and then in a few minutes, we're gonna kick it over to fucking Assassin's Creed." I'm like, okay, cool. So this is gonna be a few minutes of this shit, maybe 10 minutes on this, and then 20 minutes of Assassin's Creed. Nay, Gables, nay. It was 50 fucking 2 minutes. 52 minutes. That's a few minutes to Gables. I'm sorry, to Ubisoft. I'm so sorry for putting you in there with them. I'm very upset right now. That's probably how they like. We only have a few sexual harassment cases here, but really a few to them is like 1,000 probably, because they obviously don't know how fucking numbers work. I mean, Yeez Gamolt showed up, that little fucker. Oh, fucking pencil neck motherfucking geek. Let's move on. I'm oh boy. I'm mad. Oh boy. What a fucking this ruined my goddamn day. Gables, this ruined my I'm gonna start at the bottom here because I'm doing the GameSpot one. Thank you so much for GameSpot for doing the thing that I always give them on credit for just putting everything in one press conference. They did they did it. They did it here as well, but they started the end at the top and then all the beginnings at the bottom. Mm-hmm. So anyways, here it is, Gables. There's a pre-show. I didn't fucking watch it. Fuck you. Brawlhalla. There's some shit happening there. They're adding new characters. I think Simon Belmont and Alucard's going to be there. There you go, Gables. October 19th. Good for you guys. Fuck you. Next up, Rainbow Six Mobile. They're making one of those. It's a closed beta coming soon. You can pre-register, but only on Google. If you have iOS, fuck you. The Division. Division Season 10 starts in a couple of days. Then there's going to be a new season. The new season launches September 13th. Focuses on the True Sons faction leaders. General Anderson, Season 11 was confirmed to be on the way too. Well, excuse me, I had a burp. Alongside that, they announced Division Heartland. It's a free-to-play spin-off game that will feature a 45-player mode called Storm Operations. It launches in 2023 with PC testing signups available now. You can also sign up for the Division Resurgence Alpha Test as a mobile game. That game is set both before the events of the first Division game as well as in between the game and the Division 2. Okay. With similar looter-shooter gameplay as the siblings. I like the Division games. I said this during the live reaction I was doing. I love the Division games. I like playing the games. I just hate all the shit in between. There wasn't like, you cut out the live service shit, I would love that game. I just don't like to have every time I do a mission, I go back and talk to 55 fucking people and then spend 3 hours going through my gear. But Gables, Mario plus Rabbids, Sparks of Hope is the one bright spot to this whole fucking thing. Yes, we got to see a Wiggler. It's Wiggler Wednesday, Gables. But that's an old joke for Twitter users. Look that one up. That's very funny. But we get to see almost said it, Wiggler, and they're on a train. Yes. And the Wiggler is like attacking them, and it was a cool battle. I was nerding out during this fucking thing. I love Mario plus Rabbids. It is still Kingdom Battle is still the best game on the Switch. I will hear nothing else. Breath of the Wild sucks. That game could go to hell, burn for hell forever. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle is the only thing that matters. They announced that there will be 3 DLC packs coming, which we already knew. But you can buy season pass if you just like it's like $40 season pass. But if you buy the $90 edition, you save $10 and you get the season pass and all that shit. So I'm buying that one. I've already bought it. But the third pack will have Rayman as a playable character. So that's whatever. I think it's funny though, Gables. So the Rabbids were created to be a villain in Rayman.
Yep.
Now we come full circle where Rayman is so what's the word I'm looking for? Does not matter whatsoever in the gaming world now. That Rabbids is its own thing and has been popular for 15 years. And now Rayman is a guest star in a game with characters that were created for his game.
Yeah, essentially.
That's where we come to now. But I don't know. The game looks fantastic. It's more and more, but they just built upon Mario plus Rabbids. I love the combining of the moves where you can do ultimate damage. Fucking Bowser with his little butt stomp thing he could do. Yeah, then there's a fucking rabbit that's also a conductor. Adorable. Why do people hate rabbits? These guys fucking rule. Um, I'm all aboard that one, Gables. I didn't not mean that's a pun, but I am all aboard this game. Gables, anything you want to say about One Plus Rabbids and how it's the best game on the Switch?
Well, let me tell you something, man. It's like I love the element of the setting of this trailer. You know, it's like they're riding up on the train, then they get chased by this wiggler, and then all of a sudden the game just starts like. I love that initial sequence though of like you're on the train and the wiggler like right on the side of you and stuff's all angry and shit. Then you have to try to beat,
Yeah.
try to take out like the darkness spots and stuff that are there that are controlling the darn thing's emotions, and then on top of that, having to try to do that set scenery and this and that. It looked gorgeous in motion and also felt incredibly cool to where, oh man, I'm on a moving train battling this huge monster on the side of the goddamn train that's chasing us.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you know what? I did like the aspect of that. I also like the aspect a little bit more of the gameplay they did show. Rayman was just a cherry on the cake, honestly. I'm not sure what's going to be, if it's like going to be like some sort of initial like story trailer with Rayman in it. That's going to be the last one, but that's their biggest
Yeah.
surprise, quintessentially, for their DLC stuff. But if it's anything in regards to like say what happened with the first Mario plus Rabbids game and stuff, we're probably not going to see that DLC probably until like around full year after the
Yeah.
game releases.
It was like 9
Probably
months
safe.
after. They're saying by the end of next year that all the
Yep.
DLC will be out. Because this
All
one
right.
has 3. The first one only had 2. And the first one was just like more like there was like, what is it, like more difficult boss fight, more difficult fights kind of thing,
Right.
like a combat mode basically. Then the second one was a Donkey Kong one. So
Mhm.
maybe they'll probably just end up being like a, excuse me, very burpy. Probably just end up being like a Rayman thing, but like a 2-3 hour long thing with Rayman in the game. You can play as him, so I assume that. But Gables, that's where the last smile on my face happened, because we still had another hour and 10 minutes to go, and we kicked it off with Skull and fucking Bones. Gables, fuck Skull and Bones. Moving on, Trackmania.
Yeah.
Fuck Trackmania. But I will say though, during Trackmania, I got a phone call from my mother, so I muted myself. My parents are getting a new couch and love seat in a couple weeks, and they asked if I want their couch, because currently I have a couch and love seat here that I only had enough money to like get. I only had like $500 to $600 when I moved in here, so I had to buy a couch and love seat, like the cheapest ones I could find,
Cool.
and I've been living on those for the last 3.5 years. So my dad's like, hey, if we can fit him in through, because I have very small doors and a hallway in my building. If we can fit him in here, it's all yours. So I get a
Hey.
couch. So that's awesome.
That's
So
awesome.
hey, Trackmania, slightly less fuck you. Anything you want to say about Skull and Bones and Trackmania, Gables, though?
I have nothing contributory to add to it.
Okay. Next up here, we had a Netflix is making mobile games for Ubisoft, I guess.
That's
so there will
odd.
be 2 different. Yeah, right. So they've been doing mobile games and shit lately. You have to play them. You have to like go into the Netflix app to like play them, I guess. So there are 2 different Assassin's Creed mobile games on the way. Though one appears to be coming much earlier than the other. Project Jade set in China. So hey, we're finally getting the China-Japan game that we've always wanted, but it's coming to mobile. You'll play as it'll be recently for mobile devices and will be fully customizable protagonist, while the other still untitled game will release via Netflix. So yeah, and that'll be the only way you can play the game. So you have to have a Netflix account to play the game. And also Valiant Hearts is coming to mobile. So hey, the game's fucking badass. I should play that. But then Gables, it was only a few minutes later that we got to Assassin's Creed finally.
Yeah.
By a few minutes, I mean 52 fucking minutes. And I'm like, okay, cool. We're at the end here. So maybe it's going to be about an hour. 52 minutes in, maybe we spend 10 minutes or so talking about Assassin's Creed. We're going to show off Mirage, maybe announce Infinity. And let's get the fuck out of here. Cool 10 minutes. Nay, Gables. Nay. 30 minutes we spent on this. 30. We got maybe 4 minutes of some video game actual being shown. There was 20 plus minutes of the most annoying thing, Gables. The Ubisoft has been forever the thorn in my asshole for the worst people when it comes to press conferences.
Mm-hmm.
They do all the things I hate. They do all the things I hate. A lot of talking beforehand. They
Mm-hmm.
show the game. They
Yep.
talk about it afterwards. Then
Yep.
they do the fake, scripted, fucking media interviews, whatever you want to call them, afterwards, where they bring the person on stage and then they talk about it. And then they ask a question. Hey, so I noticed here, like during this thing, I noticed that that voice actor sounds like this person from that thing. Oh, that's so crazy that you noticed that. It actually is that person from that thing that you noticed. That's nuts. Then they'll ask a question, and then they'll answer the question with a very vague question that says nothing. It's a lot. They'll spend 2 minutes answering said question. They'll say nothing for 2 minutes. Just a lot of word salad. Just tossing a salad around, Gables. We're cutting some tomatoes, maybe a little onion, throw a little egg in there. At the end, it's just a pile of mush. We just fucking poured a bunch of water in there. Just mush it all fucking around. And now it's just a pile of fucking mush. That's all it fucking is. That's all it is. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. And they read off a goddamn fucking teleprompter, and I'm sick of it. I'm so tired of it, Gables. I'm so sorry for this. It pissed me off. It is my pet peeve, and I had to watch it for an hour and 22 fucking minutes of this bullshit where they answered questions. They answered questions. And the guy's like, so you're telling me, so it sounds like you're saying here is there's going to be multiplayer. Where the fuck did he say anything about multiplayer? He said nothing. We just watched this guy drown a salad for 20 seconds. For 20 seconds. He just said a bunch of nothing. So you're telling me there's going to be multiplayer? No, he's not. But apparently he is. I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. But I'm not that fucking stupid. I hate these fucking things. Stop fucking doing them, people. And especially when they're fucking not even live. They're edited beforehand. And these people don't talk like this. They don't fucking talk like this. I can't fucking stand it, Gables. It's driving me fucking insane. I'm not doing a bit. I'm really mad. I was fucking fuming during this. I was hungry. The game was on. I already lost $130 because the fucking refs fucked me because I picked Texas in the goddamn Texas-Alabama game because the refs don't know how fucking football works. Fuck you, refs. And then I got to do this bullshit. So anyways, Assassin's Creed Infinity is happening. I don't understand how it's fucking working. Apparently, it's a hub world, but they're going to keep releasing Assassin's Creed games, but they're going to be in Infinity. So is Affinity a free to download thing that you download and then the games come out and you buy the games through the hub? Kind of just sounds like a fucking digital store, which you already have one because you have a Ubisoft store, and then also PlayStation store is a thing. Also Best Buy, Walmart, GameStop, mom and pop shops, all those fucking things, they exist. We already have them. Why is this thing? What is it? Apparently there's going to be a multiplayer modes added later. Sometimes they're just copying Ghost of Tsushima, and essentially they are, because they announced Assassin's Creed Jade, which is just a Shinobi fucking Assassin's Creed game. They announced Assassin's Creed Mirage, which, hey, that's awesome. It's going back to the time of the original Assassin's Creed game. I'm sorry, Gables. I'll let you talk. I swear to God, I'm on a roll. I'm going to keep going. But they announced Mirage. That's coming. 3.5 fucking minutes, Gables. 3.5 fucking minutes in the trailer. You want how much gameplay we got in that fucking thing?
Probably.
How much gameplay we got, Gables?
I would
Zero.
Oh. We
got none. I'm not going to let you answer. I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were going to answer. But I'm on a roll. I'm taking the hat off. It's getting really hot. I'm getting hot. I'm sweating. So zero gameplay, Gables. But hey, if you pre-order now, we'll give you this free DLC with it. We don't know what the game is. We haven't shown you the game.
But yeah, they're advertising free DLC with it.
Free DLC if you download now. 40 Thieves. Oh, and then we announced Assassin's Creed Hex-A, which is... the rumors are... The only thing excited about this shit was the rumors leaked all the shit, which the leaks came from fucking Ubisoft. So,
of course.
It is Assassin's Creed Hex-A, which apparently I think takes place in Europe during like the Black Plague, I believe, in the witchcraft trials. So they show off like the very witchy... I don't fucking know, Gables. Yeah, that's what happened.
Well... what I will say though is like from initially things that I saw from like Assassin's Creed Mirage and stuff. I mean,
I'm hot.
I mean, I'll tell you this, man. I'm more excited like in seeing more from Mirage and stuff. I didn't have a chance to watch a lot of the other stuff of the Assassin's Creed stuff, but at the same time, man, I'm in agreement with you. You know, in terms of how things were presented with his Ubisoft Forward, how They tease you with Assassin's Creed to begin with. They make you wait close to an hour to showcase it,
52
and
minutes.
they go into a whole separate event that they could have just had that event for that one game and treated the Ubisoft Forward stuff as releases on their freaking YouTube or most social media pages. That could have been a thing. If you truly wanted people to be interested in Assassin's Creed stuff, you would have had that front and center instead of having to wait 52 minutes in order to
52 minutes.
get
Thank
that
you.
stuff.
Thank you.
But what I will say, I want to see more of Assassin's Creed Mirage. It definitely is a callback to some of the older Assassin's Creed games inside that same time period. And what's more fascinating to me is it's just basically what's going to be new, or how's that going to tie in with a lot of the stuff from that initial time period to whatever the hell type of mythos they want to go forth with. But I'm more ready for like a traditional Assassin's Creed game.
I'm ready for Yuzgamol. Get out of there. He's an empty-headed, stupid fuck that shouldn't run a Target. Where's my muffin? But yeah. If this was this would have been a decent 30 to 35 minute long event.
Mm-hmm.
This would have been just on the level of fucking. I would have been no more upset than I was with the Disney Marvel thing. Yeah,
right.
It was kind of it was a waste of 23 minutes. This wasn't a waste of an hour and 22 minutes. And there was maybe 25, 30 minutes of actual games shown. And we're better than this now, people. And Ubisoft Forwards, I've praised you in the past because the Ubisoft Forwards you've had the last couple of years have been, even when they're not a lot of the great stuff shown, they're in, they're out, they're 30, 40 minutes long, they're done and over with. Especially when they're not even not in front of a live audience. It's why are we doing that? Why are we doing this? Xbox has these things, Super Summer Game Fest will have these things, but they make them separate from the main thing. They'll show you the goods, and then hey, if you want an extended version, come back in a couple days.
Right.
Or stay later. That's that's the Nintendo Treehouse. Show us the goods, then have the Treehouse afterwards if you want more details and want some other shit. That's what it's for. And no one wants all the other shit. Or if you do, people will stick around, which I'm sure very few people are going to stick around, or they're going to go watch the parts they're interested in when they get clipped out on YouTube later. I love the thing where they did a montage of all these Assassin's Creed games.
Right.
Because they're celebrating 15 years of Assassin's Creed. That was cool. I like that, as someone that's beaten all but 2 of these Assassin's Creed games, Origin and Valhalla. So yeah, I just, even like I said, even if this was 35, 40 minutes, still would have been good. I wouldn't have loved this. But it would have just been respect my time, respect other people's time. You announced this months ago. This is canned. This wasn't live. This was canned. I can't believe that we're back to this. I thought these days were over. People have been praising this thing for so fucking the way the PlayStation showcases, the Xbox conferences have been 90 minutes, the E3 ones. But you know what? It's just boom, 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 boom. They're just showing games off. There's very little talking and just on to the next thing. And it's big games. And hey, you might not care about this game, but wait 2 more games from now, there's gonna be a game you care about. You can do that. You can get away with 90 minutes of gameplay or 90 minutes of a conference, but have the goods. Have a shit to show. Don't announce something 4 months out and then announce updates to what's the outright, what the fuck's the biking game, Trackmania
or something like that.
Rider Republic, exactly. Thank you. Don't just have these updates where you're going to show us very little to no gameplay of these things, and then hey, hold on for Assassin's Creed and then talk for 30 minutes to have 4 or 5 minutes of just announcements and not show us anything. Am I excited for Mirage? Yes. But not because of this, because of the leaks that you leaked. You guys leaked the shit. And it was way more exciting when you leaked it than when you showed it to me. Yeah, it was just frustrating. If I wasn't doing this live streamed, um, it would probably I would not have been as angry because I could have just like stared at my phone for the shit I didn't care about.
Yeah.
Um, or just watch other people live stream it and been entertained by them bitching about the event instead of me just watching by myself bitching about the event to myself. Um, but yeah, that's it, Gables. I'm gonna give this a -1 out of 10.
I honestly kind of felt like the same way in regards to how I felt about the D23 stuff, even though I didn't watch the entirety of the rest of the Assassin's Creed stuff. At that same point and stuff, I watched enough to where I felt like that this was a good solid like 5 out of 10 as well,
Gables, no,
because in a
no,
so
I'm
different
not.
way.
Nope, not gonna allow. Nope, no, make it lower.
All right, let's go 4.5. There you go.
Make it lower. Nope, nope, not gonna allow it. Come down to my level.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put like about a -1.
I'll allow it. You're goddamn right. That's a good number, Gables. I'm glad we're on the same page with this one.
But in real talk, man, this was definitely not. This is definitely was not a great conference in regards to what they were initially setting out to be. Heavily canned, heavily like really corporate cheese going on in regards to the whole presentation of the stuff. A lot of announcements to where they could have been easily had put on their social media pages in terms of YouTube or Facebook or Twitter
mm,
or this or that. If you wanted more updates on games that you already have had out for years now, like Division 2, like For Honor, like the game they released last year, Riding Republic and stuff. Yeah, posting it on YouTube and whatever type of videos and stuff there would have made sense, but not in the sense to where you give us a tease of Assassin's Creed, then force people to wait 52 minutes in order for them to actually get some information of Assassin's Creed, only to showcase whatever the hell you're going to do for your whole time together, all the freaking series is at once, whatever you have to do in terms of another type of spin-off Assassin's Creed stuff that eventually is going to be like a Shinobi style, whatever the fuck. And you give us like about 5, maybe not even 5 minutes of like actual Assassin's Creed Mirage, to where that's the most exciting thing out of your entire freaking press conference, and you only show only a portion, not even a portion, I would say a quarter, if not like say a 16th of a portion of your press conference, to where it felt remotely somewhat exciting, but yet you dropped the ball on that one heavily.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
I think you're being a little harsh giving a -1, Gables, but yeah, it was pretty bad press conference. Yeah. Let's move on to not a lot of other major stuff going on this week, Gables, but a couple smaller things. So Motive apparently is making a Iron Man game. It's in super early pre-production.
Okay.
Motive though is currently working on the Dead Space game, so this will be the game after Dead Space. And there's the other studio that they just put together, the brand new studio. I can't remember who. He's the guy that worked on the Shadow of War games, I believe. He's had a new studio, I believe, in Portland.
Okay.
He's making a Black Panther game. So EA apparently has a couple games. So hey, you know, Motive, Dead Space looks kind of cool. We're getting gameplay for that next month. Seems like they're doing some good shit with that. I'm all aboard of Iron Man game. So and Dead Space does have flying. So kind of
Okay.
in space. Next up, on Steam, it looks like Uncharted Legacy Thieves, which came out to us in January and was supposed to come out soon after to PC.
Yeah.
Is finally getting released in October 19th, allegedly, according to Steam links. That game has just been like coming soon forever. It's so weird. Somehow they announced 2 or 3 other games beforehand coming to PC from PlayStation after they announced Uncharted, and put those out before this game. Like Spider-Man already like got announced a few months ago, and it's already coming. It's already out.
People love it.
So yeah. So this, I'm guessing, this makes me believe that we're gonna get that PlayStation Showcase before here in the next couple weeks.
It's definitely possible, Tyler. If rumors are led to believe that we're probably going to see something in regards to a presentation from Sony of some initial value, but what would suggest that it may not be a specific type of event happening this month is Sony has been trickling all sorts of little things here and there in regards to either like various game releases, and also in regards to something that they did reveal earlier on this week, and that was like a different type of SKU in regards to like the
Oh,
PlayStation
the
5.
camouflage. That's
Yeah, the
always a blog post, though.
well, I
That's
know.
always been a
That's
blog
that's.
post.
But what I'm saying is that's something kind of significant enough to me to where it's like, okay, this is like a different type of thing in regards to the colors, like skins or something like that. The whole hard plastic covers and stuff. The PS5 to where you have the great camo stuff for the shell, the freaking headphones, this and that. I mean, it's an announcement of some form and stuff that could be like something along those lines. But I'm not dismissing that there won't be an event in this month. But yeah, at the same point, man, it's like I'm wanting to know more about what's going to be going on the beginning of not just the beginning of next year, but like what else do they have in store in regards to what games they're still developing, like Spider-Man 2. I'd like to know more about
Yeah,
that soon.
yeah. Because I mean, um, if you look back at the original PlayStation showcases that we had in 2020, the one in June,
Mm-hmm.
and then the one in September, I believe.
Right?
Yeah, September. Because we've been getting the big ones in September. All of the first party or all the exclusive stuff that they've shown off at those events after God of War will have been out.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're talking about Ghostwire Tokyo, Deathloop, Returnal, God of War, um, Ratchet and Clank,
Yep.
uh, Miles Morales. I know
Yep.
I'm forgetting a couple in there, but yeah, like those are probably the biggest ones. Um, and since then, we really haven't got a lot of new announcements from them. All we have is literally what Insomniac is making, a Wolverine game, which is probably that's coming out after Spider-Man. That's maybe a 2024 game. That's the Miles
Mm-hmm.
Morales team was working on that one, and they just put a game out in late 2020. So, and then we have the Spider-Man 2 game. So we don't really have but I mean, we obviously we know that from all the leaks and rumors out there, Ghost of Tsushima 2 is happening.
Obviously,
Um,
yes.
but yeah, I mean, like the problem is right now is like a lot of their major teams are reloading right now,
Yep.
or about to reload. After God of War happens, they're reloading, and they're gonna go. I mean, I know there's like these studios all have like typically all have 2 or 3 teams in them,
Yep.
so they could all be working and stuff. So we might get more stuff more often from them, but yeah, I mean, we're in a weird stage where, yeah, after this, we don't have much. And like the same thing with Nintendo. And speaking of Nintendo here, um, apparently Nate the Hate, who's a very good leaker with Nintendo, he is saying that they should announce the direct on Monday, and it sounds like it's probably going to happen on Wednesday, because Tokyo Game Show is on Thursday, and they always do one before Tokyo Game Show. Um, so yeah, we can expect that. And they're another company that after Breath of the Wild we don't know anything. Like we have Metro Prime 4,
That's
which I
true.
think at this
That's
point Metro
true.
Prime 4 is the next Switch game. Um,
It's
so
like we
yeah, I
have both
mean,
Sony and Nintendo that are in this type of position to where we do not know about their next year's offerings besides maybe one or two games. But
yeah,
yeah, at the same point, it's getting to that feel, and there's definitely a lot of rumors speculating and going through that September is supposed to be a major month for reveals for both Sony and Nintendo. We haven't heard any official sources from the companies directly, but at the same thing, I would definitely would love to know what the hell is going to be going on my PS5, my fucking Switch for the next year.
yeah, yeah, true. I mean, there's a lot of third-party games that were shown at the PlayStation
True, true.
Showcase back in 2020, but they're not exclusives. They'll be on everything. So, I mean, I guess we have Final Fantasy 16. So,
Well, yeah, there's
oh,
Final
and
Fantasy 16. I mean, that's
the
true.
what's the reunion Final Fantasy 7 reunion?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Um,
Reunion is supposed to be, I think, next year.
Early. Yeah, it's supposed to be winter. So
Okay, so it's supposed to be winter, so it's definitely supposed to be released inside that either January, February, or if they're ever going to be pulling that type of bullshit to where it's like a couple of weeks before spring, I mean, that's
yeah, so
possible
into
too.
March. Yeah,
But the whole thing about these rumors upon both companies is like, I'm just thinking about like speculatory things currently right now to where it's like, will we see Metroid Prime remaster? Will we see like an initial like suggestion that potential F-Zero, or like will we see like something in regards to something else Sony first party related that we haven't seen in a while? I mean,
The
There's
Donkey
def
Kong game that's been rumored forever.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's been a bunch of things that have either been rumored or apparently Nintendo has been sitting on, or what Sony has yet to
Fire
announce.
Emblem.
Yeah, that Fire Emblem stuff has been circulating the rounds as well, to where we finally have enough to where both companies I kind of feel like need to announce something in regards to that, because this feels like a blowout waiting to happen any day now. And usually when there's a bunch of rumors in regards to like before a specific event happens, we all generally we hear a lot of little things that contribute to like one massive thing, like one after another. Like for example, a few years back when we had the E3, to where Best Buy in Canada, I think it was, that had all of those releases and like all
Yeah.
these apparent games and stuff like that from that one leak and one screenshot that ended up happening. That ended up
All of it happened,
all
yeah.
of it
It's like
happened
the
and stuff.
Nvidia leak.
The Nvidia leak and stuff like that. This definitely has something similar in regards to we're hearing so many random games over the past few months, and we've heard nothing in regards to that, to where something's got to give.
Hmm.
And if it happens this month, that's fine. I mean, if it happens in early October or close to the end of the year, I mean that's okay too. But granted, I want it to happen this month. I definitely do want to have this out of my system
Oh, yeah.
because I'm so fucking tired of hearing every single freaking month, oh, is there going to be a PlayStation Direct? Is there going to be a Nintendo Direct? Is there going to be like this and that? Is there going to be a new Fire Emblem or this or that? It's like, I want it to end, at least for the
Yeah.
end of the year. So let's get
Gables
it out.
wants you to take that Nintendo Direct bullet, put it in the announcement gun, and just put it in the back of his skull. That's what he's saying. Just make the pain end, make the suffering end, but make sure that we bury him in this hypothetical funeral with that Pitter Pot shirt, please.
Oh god.
That was his last request. I'll
Well,
make sure they know that.
and then the person that does that gets cursed for the rest of their days.
Yeah, that's fine. That's worth it to me. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna tell somebody else to do it. But yeah, so I mean, it is funny though. There was a lot of like concern that it might got delayed a week because Nintendo was worried about going. I'm very burpy. Sorry, excuse me. Goddamn. They're worried about going up with the Queen died.
Well, yeah,
Um,
that's a legitimate thing, to where they don't want to be like being. Not only do they want to like tiptoe around the thing in general. I mean, yeah, that was a tragic event that happened. Queen Elizabeth II passed, but at the same time, it's like that whole funeral and everything else. All the attention's going to be towards that, to where they
yeah,
don't want it to be like around the same time period, because that's going to be completely overshadowed with what they want to do. So
yeah,
it's like if it's like a day or two before, or if it's like a week after, that's what they're gonna try to go with.
yeah. But it sounds like it's gonna happen. Uh, it is ridiculous. But Gables, I did forget though. I remember this later on. This is the same company that gave her a golden Wii.
That's true. That's fairly true. I remember that now.
Who do you think gets it in the wheel? You know?
Oh my god. Can you just imagine like King William or something like that? Just like opens the freaking opens the freaking closet, like, oh, that's where that thing is. And just goes and uses it on his porcelain throne.
I think the Duchess of Canada should get the golden Wii.
The Duchess of Canada.
I imagine that's what they have right there, right? Isn't it?
I don't think it works that way,
I
Tyler.
don't know. I get all my royalty news from South Park, so I know when they get married, they put their hand in the tapioca pudding because that is tradition. And then there's Tooth Decay is there as well. He's an asshole. But anyways, I don't know what's happening anymore. I'm just happy we're not talking about Ubisoft. But Gables, let's move on. What we've been playing.
All right.
I have not been playing much different here. Did you buy Splatoon 3, Gables?
I'll be perfectly honest with you, man. I tried to buy Splatoon 3. I'm probably going to end up buying it off of Amazon probably tomorrow, because I decided to do the thing that I generally do the most, and that's if it's release day and date, I try to get it in person whenever possible in the retail store. If I don't see it, I'm just basically ordering online. And I tried yesterday, could not get it.
Okay, I was just wondering. I was thinking about this over the week, Gables, and I think it's kind of fucked up that we give PlayStation all this shit
Mm-hmm.
for releasing Last of Us Part 1 for a third time. When all these people are about to go out and buy Splatoon 1 for a third time. I think it's pretty fucked up. And quite frankly, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm mostly kidding.
Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't say anything.
Yeah, no, Gables is so sick of my shit right now. He said listen to me rant for 15 fucking minutes. Sorry about your eardrums, by the way. Once again, though, nice shirt.
Yeah.
But I've been playing more Last of Us. Gables, I don't know how to say this, but Last of Us Part 1 is a very good game. I know it's crazy, right? No, but I'm 4 or 5 hours in now.
Okay.
I just got out of Pittsburgh. I'm in the suburbs. There's a lot of little things that I forgot I liked about this game. I love like the little mini stories in the game where like you go to like you find the notes. You know,
Yeah.
I know a lot of games have the notes, but I always just find like always like really cool, especially in like these like post-apocalyptic games, stuff like this. Like, where like you find the notes, people are like leaving for each other, or like people are like writing journals, and like there's one part, minor spoilers, I guess. You're at one point you're in a sewer, and like there's this guy named Ish, that is like he was like living in the sewer, and you keep finding notes about how like he was staying on a boat for a few months, to like stay away from all the shit going on there. He's like, you find a note about how he like, well, I ran out of food and I had to go back ashore, and then like he found this little like sewer area underground. He's like talking about how I can set up for traps and stuff like that, and he's like I just can't trust people. And then like you find other notes about just setting up like I met these people. He's like talking about how lonely he is. That would be nice to have people to talk to, and then like him like trying to like I need to do this by myself, but then like eventually giving in and like bringing other people to this this hideout he has, and shit goes sideways. I just love like finding notes like that, or like finding out like when you go to Pittsburgh and it's like being taken over by a bunch of fucking shitty, awful like people. Like they initially started off as like they got over like because like there was like a safe quarantine zone, and like the soldiers were like rationing all the food for themselves and starving the people, and then they took over it and like we're good and like giving out food to everybody and like taking care of each other. And then like shit started like basically the shit the soldiers were doing they started doing, and then they started like murdering like people, like the children, people that can't take care of themselves, and like if you were injured you got killed, or like if you couldn't go out and like find supplies they kill you and shit like that. Like just like the building of the world and the lore of like how things got this bad, even besides like zombies or whatever you want to call them, clickers and shit took over. Like obviously we know what happened that caused this world to go bad, but like all the other things that made like the world go bad, it's like the people more so than the clickers. Like once chaos realmed, everybody like everybody's worst instincts came out. And I just love a little shit like that, finding notes, like listen to like bad guys, like I would like sit there and just like listen to him talk and shit like that. And but yeah, I'm having a great time with this game. Just it's one of my favorite games of all time. No other thing to say. It looks gorgeous, plays well. The 3D audio in this game is fucking awesome. So yeah, I will say this right now though. When we do Game of the Year at the end of the year, I will not count this game, even though it's a remake, and we do count remakes. Much like Madden, I'll put that in the same category as Madden, where I will not rank this game for Game of the Year, because it'd be kind of it's selfish for me also, because like I don't really want to try to compare this game to like God of War or Horizon or Kirby or anything like that. I don't want to make that. That's the battle I don't want to have. And also, how do you like? There's so much nostalgia in this game. It'd be impossible to have a fair competition. And it's just kind of, I hate when it's like this is just a straight up remake. This isn't like a reimagining, like a Resident Evil or Final Fantasy VII type thing. So, but yeah, I'm having a great time with that. I'm gonna play it through again. So, but yeah, Gables, tell me what you've been playing, buddy.
All right, so like I hinted before at the beginning of the podcast, I had a chance to buy and also play the TMNT Remastered Collection. It's available on not only the PlayStation 4, but the Nintendo Switch, Xbox Marketplace, and I believe also Steam, if I'm not mistaken.
I imagine Steam. Yeah.
But the yeah, the thing about this collection, it's a collection of all the classic TMNT games and stuff from back in the day. So from like the 1990s, pretty much the late 80s, early 90s. So you have like a slew of games from like the Game Boy, the NES, the Super Nintendo, the Genesis, that type of generation stuff, and also a couple of the arcade games. So you have the original TMNT arcade game, you have Turtles in Time arcade game, but you have like all three of the fighting games from like NES, Super Nintendo, and Genesis. Then you have the first three Turtles games on the NES, and also you have Turtles in Time on Super Nintendo, and also like Hyperstone Heist on Genesis. So you have all of these games. So quintessentially, we're looking at about like 11 to like about 13 Turtles games in total. And barring about a couple of like quality concern stuff, this collection actually is pretty damn fantastic. And the reasoning why, it's not so much of the extra features of this package in general, because let me tell you something, the extras inside this is fantastic to where you can actually go forth and see like little snippets of like clips from the show of TMNT, the original. You also can have like different like types of things from like the comic books and stuff, and also like from in-depth. They actually created guides, like a little miniature guides, to where if you're like in the middle of the game, you can actually go and put like bring up the guide and stuff, and it'll actually have like the little suggestions of what you can do and this and that in the specific game. And another thing they also have, which I'm pretty excited about though, is like the enhancements. They have a little tab that you can press the little like the minus button or like the little whatever button, it'll bring up enhancements. In some games, it'll actually turn off the flickering and the slowdown in regards to some of the older games. So, for example, I was playing a bit of the first TMNT game on the Super Nintendo, that notorious game, to where it's infamous for its slowdown. It's infamous for its sprite flickering because the hardware at the time could not handle how many sprites were going on in the screen at the same time. And seeing it running smooth like that, I will tell you this right now, it felt fucking weird. Absolutely fucking weird. But there's also, in some other games, you get to turn on God mode to where you can actually play through the entirety of some of these arcade games and some of these
As
harder.
Roman Reigns.
I like the hint there, but in terms of like, say, if you weren't able to play the game or beat it like back in the day or some, or if you just want to have a chill experience to where you just want to play through this game and not have to worry so much bullshit, you could turn on God mode if you really wanted to, or like friendly fire, or even some bit of other shit and stuff, and just blaze through them. And what's hilarious is the one game which I thought would have may have had like a God mode feature or some in it is not there, and that is the original TMNT for the NES.
That's one that's is that the one that's super duper like overly hard?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll get
Okay.
into that in a minute, but I want to talk a little bit about the three fighting games that are from the Turtles. Like the NES one, it's one of the late NES releases, right? The AI is so fucking cheap in this game. And what I mean by cheap, I mean there is one thing that some fighting games do that I absolutely hate, and that is input reading. And what input reading is like basically inside the arcades, you could flip certain dip switches and stuff inside of these arcade cabinets to where you could increase the difficulty of the AI so much to where even if you were going to try to plan ahead in certain moves and stuff, the AI would automatically know what you were going to do, and they would counteract perfectly almost every time with this stuff. Well, in TMNT, these these fighting games and stuff. The NES version, you could tell that there was a lot of bullshit that was going on with the AI and stuff. I was literally playing this game. I turned it on to the easy mode, and I was still getting my ass kicked because the AI would still do all this various stupid shit. Like they would literally input that I was going to maybe get in close combat or getting like a couple punches, a couple hits in, And all of a sudden, it's like they would pull off these special moves and they would deplete my entire bar in the span of like a few different combos and stuff. And it definitely did not feel all that fun to start off with. This is where the save states and everything else come into play because if not for these save states, I would not have bothered going through these particular games. So, with that in mind and stuff, I have played through and actually went through and beat these three Turtles fighting games. The If I had to grade them from worst to best, the worst one is the one for the NES. The one in the middle is the Genesis version. That one is all right and stuff. There are some stages that are kind of weird. It doesn't look as crisp as some of the other stuff, but it also kind of is a cough out because they have these little things from the characters like, oh, you're facing off against clone Leo or clone Casey Jones or clone Raphael. And then let's throw in a random couple of characters and stuff that we've never seen before in the series. And yeah, that's sort of shit like that. And the worst part about some of these games is you have to beat these games at like a specific difficulty level, like say 5 or above. Now, granted, if you're playing the game and you cannot go through the first level, if you cannot go past difficulty 1 or 2 without having to cheese the system, literally sucker the AI into like doing like you doing like one move or something like that and them just falling for it every single time, you're not going to go and finish this freaking game. I mean, granted, I played through the NES game on easy. I was done after that because I didn't want to spend any more time with it. The Genesis game was okay. I played it on 4, like difficulty 4, and I still not couldn't get to the actual final boss of that damn thing. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm finished with it. I've beaten the main stuff. I see credits roll. I'm fine with that. The Super Nintendo game, that one actually looked fairly fun. It actually looked fairly good in terms of the sprite works, in terms of the music. It definitely felt good to play, but at the same time, it's the difficulty of that stuff as well that did prevent me from wanting to go and invest more in it. I mean, I felt like I've played enough fighters to realize that, hey, you know what? This is the type where I do not want to spend a lot of time trying to guesswork the AI, especially when it's bullshit. But the the other games I did try out and also do have a bit of nostalgia for is the first Game Boy game for like TMNT because I used to play this game as a kid on my Game Boy. Like I was like 5 or 6 years old. There's a couple of Game Boy games I would play. One was Tetris, two was Super Mario Land, and the third one that my brothers had that I ended up inheriting was TMNT Follow the Foot Clan.
Oh, I think I
And
say
I
WWF WrestleMania.
oh actually no, not WrestleMania. I did get like a WWF Warzone or something later on, but
Oh.
yeah, it's a fun fact. I actually did play through Warzone and also Attitude on the fucking Game Boy Color.
I had
That's
attitude on Game Boy Color as
dude.
well.
I remember. Let's just say I was that huge of a wrestling fan that I did fucking play through those games, as limited as they were on the Game Boy. But going back to it, I went through my initial thing with TMNT, Vol the Foot Clan. It's still fun. I mean, it's limited, obviously, but let me tell you something. The sequel to it is actually pretty damn good, and not like overtly like night and day. I mean, yeah, there's some sprite redesigns, there's some like aspects of it, but what the game does suffer from is immediate like enemy spam. And what I mean by that is enemy respawning. There are certain levels towards the end of that game. I mean, granted, it's like 5 or 6 levels in all. If you lose a turtle, like if their life fully depletes, you have to play this little mini game or something after the stage ends to where you got to defeat this like big like robot and stuff in order to free them and do this and do that. But towards the later part of this game, you encounter enemies that are so quick in their respawn. Like literally, you would maybe disappear from the panel of the stage previously, maybe for like about a moment, maybe not even like a few seconds, and then go back and they automatically respawn, or they'll just like the Mousers, for example, in one of these later stages, they keep on reappearing and they never stop unless you actually get off of that panel into the next one, so they could just stop the respawn shit. But other than that, I thought this was a better game than the previous one, but at the same time, it's also It also was like kind of a frustrating experience. So I can understand some of the reviewers like going through with this game to where, yeah, there's some great games in here, but yeah, there are some either borderline average games or maybe even some like freaking mediocre ones. Like I wanted to get those ones out of the way just to get a good full grip of things because I've never had a chance to play them as a kid. The third one, the third Turtles Game Boy game, that one threw me off a bit, and the reason why, it's a fucking Metroidvania. This game predates Super Metroid by about a good solid
Hmm?
year. It also predates Super Metroid and it predates freaking Symphony of the Night, right? But it uses a similar like map system as Metroid does, where you could actually pause the game and stuff, and you could actually see where you're at in this big old freaking map because the whole concept of this thing is you're supposed to go into this big old like factory warehouse and stuff like that. This big old like freaking area, and you're supposed to like rescue your brothers on top of rescuing April O'Neil and stuff. And the way they do it is it's really reminiscent of a Metroid game because you go into specific areas. If you don't have a power up or don't know how to get to this, you have to go back the opposite way to go to a different area. So this one surprised me. I haven't put too much time into playing this, but it fascinated me to that extent to where I wanted to at least try it a bit more. But let me tell you something. The last game I did try from this collection is the TMNT NES game because I've only played snippets of it as a kid, also a little bit as an adult with me owning an NES and trying it that way. I will say this right now. This is definitely the definitive way to play that original Turtles game because you can turn off the flicker, you can turn off the whole like slow down stuff. There's save states with it, but it still could be freaking confusing. And some of the level designs and some of the decisions made in this game really contribute to how difficult some portions of this game are. Like, did you know that the most infamous part of this game is not even like before you actually get into the main portion of this game. Like it's almost like a prelude into the game itself. Like I thought this whole underwater like seaweed, like electric seaweed, like freaking like diffusing the bomb thing was like a little bit later on in the game. Oh no no no!
Yeah.
This is Act Two, and
Oh my God.
let me tell you
Okay.
something. I go through and I get used to controls and stuff. I'm really liking the controls. I'm really liking how the game plays. Then when I get to the next area and I have to go into this dam, right? I have to jump into the freaking dam in order to disarm these bombs. They give you about 2.5 minutes, Tyler. And let me tell you something. In these 2.5 minutes, you got to disarm about, I would say, 8 to 10 bombs, right? But here's the thing: the swimming mechanic can be pretty damn floaty. It reminded me of a worse controlling balloon fight, and the way how like balloon fight plays, it's basically floaty. You know, you have to tap the D-pad in a specific direction so that way you're not going too high or too low, or you don't run into something like that. Now, granted, the first couple of bombs you disarm, it's not that bad. But once you get to the portions where you got to navigate an entire maze of freaking electrified seaweed where you're going turtle, there was parts. I tried this section a couple different times. Overall, 3 or 4 attempts to try to complete this section, right? On my very last attempt, I had to pause in the middle of the seaweed section, switch to a different turtle of the four that I had, and I ended up, oh man, first time I tried to complete this thing, I had like maybe 5 seconds left in order to try to get this thing going, and I was missing one or two fucking bombs. I initially figured out through trial and error to get the last couple of ones because I had missed a subsidiary section to where I had to go back to go to another path in order to do that. But it was stressful. It was definitely bullshit to having to go and switch turtles between go to the seaweed stuff. And there are certain portions where you have to be precise in order to not get hit by these fucking lasers that are going up and down and stuff like that that are blocking these freaking bombs. Like once you try to swim into them and stuff, there's some like form of resistance that builds up right after you pass through some of the laser fields or something like that. And that exact slowdown is when you get fucking hit by the damn like laser and you
Hmm.
get like a little chunk of damage down. So trying to time that precisely was bullshit. But I'm glad to say I made it through that section. Now I'm lost inside this game because I'm on area 3. I have the turtle mobile. I'm going through initial areas, right? I have all these different types of sub weapons. I've upgraded the turtle mobile to where I can destroy barricades. I can I can basically shoot little gun stuff, not like just the missiles themselves, but let's just put this in the perspective here. I can actually run over foot soldiers inside this game and they just die in one hit. Whereas if I leave the turtle and I try to battle one of the enemy ones, they'll kill me in one hit. I'm like, oh fuck no. So here's moments of me having to go around in a circle, and all of a sudden I have these same type of foot soldier vehicles or something appearing and try to kill me from just respawning not even like a few moments afterwards. So yeah, that portion's been kind of fun. But overall, how many of these games did I try and beat? Let's see, one, two, three, four. So I've beat about like 5 of these turtle games out of the 13 here. I'm still going through the NES one because I feel like that's the last one really I want to try to delve through. One, I have nostalgia for it. Two, I can say I've actually beaten this game. And three, once I'm done with that one, I can just go through the rest of them and enjoy them as I please. So, yeah, it's a work in progress. But other than that, I really fucking want to play Splatoon 3, and I don't have access to it yet. So I'm going to be remedying that situation this coming week. That's all I've been playing.
Well, good, Gills. I'm glad you're enjoying that. Hopefully, you're able to get Splatoon here soon. Um, but yeah, I think that will wrap it up for us,
Mhm.
guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. I was host. I was Tyler.
I've been Colonel Gables. Until next time, everyone, play some games that you'll actually enjoy. Don't get suckered into bullshit. But most importantly of all that, thank you for listening to another fun-filled episode of the Drunk-Nerds podcast.
And hey, Gables.
Yeah.
Fuck Ubisoft.
Oh, dude, fuck Ubisoft.
Thank you. I'm glad you came with me on that one. Bye, guys.
See ya.
-1 stars.